I think I can. This stream is going to go one of two ways. Either I'm not going to make it long enough to a toilet break, or like the toilet break is gonna break it. Because Dave, this is my gaming nemesis.
This is your gaming nemesis.
Gaming nemesis.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah. I've got several gaming nemesises. Nemesi? What's the plural of nemesis?
Nemesis. And do you know why I know that? Because
Why?
there's a great scene. Have you ever seen the film Mystery Men?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's a kind of spoof superhero movie. Fantastic,
Yeah,
but silly. And one of the main superheroes has an argument with one of the main villains about what the plural of nemesis
nice.
is.
So
I remember. See, learning.
Yeah, we're learning. We always learn.
A learning
We
opportunity.
learn. We're not going to have any whiteboards this week. Last week was really good. I really enjoyed last week's stream. So we're playing They Are Billions. Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
everybody.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite a natural intro, right up until now. And so we're playing They Are Billions, which is a game I don't know when I bought it, but I don't know how many hours I have played this game. I don't dare look at my Steam profile if I might break things. Do let me know if something goes wrong with the stream. I've minimized OBS because I want to focus. So we're going to jump in relatively quickly and I'll explain what the game is there, but I've lost every game I've played of this.
Nice.
What do you know about this game other than what I've told you? Probably
not much.
Okay.
Not much. I mean, the way I framed it I was telling someone what we're playing. Kath was asking me what we're going to stream tonight, as she often does, and I said it's like Dead of Winter, the board game, but a computer game, as far as I understand it. But
yes, it's probably easier if I explain as we go. So we're going to be starting a new game, and now there is this campaign, but the game launched in early access with just a survival mode, and a lot of people, the campaign hasn't got people don't really like it.
Interesting.
The game is all about the survival mode.
Okay.
So
they have a challenge of the week as well.
They do
right?
have a challenge of the week, which is quite nice, and a custom level. Now, the thing is, I have been naming all my save games based on the attempt number I'm on.
Okay.
So every time I lose, I get to open up and then change this number by one.
Excellent.
And I'm going to put in bracket. I'm going to put P. I'm going to actually call this one PB12. So I know that this is Pillbug one. Then we're going to go. Now the difficulty selection is really, really, really interesting.
Okay.
I got to have an idea of what this difficulty stuff means. I'm going to have to explain to you the basic idea of the game. You are building a colony in it's steampunk, post-apocalyptic, zombie, Walking Dead style colony business. And the game goes on for this duration.
Okay.
So 120 days. At the end of that 120 days, there will be a massive swarm. And when I say, there's zombies attacking you, so there'll be, I don't know how many. The commentator says there are billions. And, it's just from every direction, you're getting people coming in. And you have to survive that. And if you don't survive it, you lose. And a game can be a couple, 2, 3, 4 hours. And then you lose. And so that, I think, is really interesting. Because I am still playing it, even though every time I've lost.
Yes, I mean, we're on attempt 12.
Yeah.
That's 11 losses.
Yeah, so, I've only unlocked one map, because I haven't beat that one yet.
Okay.
So I can set, I've been losing on, easy and easiest.
Okay.
And, so I've been... I'm wondering whether to stick on easy for game duration. So basically, the shorter... It's 8. The shorter you make this, the less time you have to prepare for that final horde.
Sure.
But then also in the nature of the stream, I feel 120 days is a more kind of achievable length of game. And also maybe my problem is that it's too easy, so I'm not kind of getting that. I'm not getting better. It's like when you play PUBG, you kind of, what people do is they'll play and they'll go hide in the bathtub somewhere, but then you don't get good at the game. You've got to get spicy. You've got to get in the action and actually practice shooting people.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm going to go with accessible, easy, deep forest.
Mhm.
Duration is one difficulty, and then infected population is how many zombie hordes are there.
Mhm.
And this
Mhm.
is like an 18% difficulty.
Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And there are people playing on like 200% difficulty.
Yikes.
Like, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Oh yeah, intrigued. One thing that I'm immediately intrigued by, right, before I even know anything about the game, is whether or not the skill of this is not knowing what to do and when, or if it's an element of actions per minute, an APM vibe.
Yeah. So, well, I can pause it. So, like,
Oh,
APM is
okay.
kind of not a thing.
Not the feature, right? Done.
So,
okay,
right. This is the game.
Mhm.
I think one of the reasons I really like it is because it reminds me of like old school RTS games, like
Mhm,
Command and Conquer, which they've just said they're going to do a re-release of Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
In
Excitement.
June, which I am like going to be on that like no one's business. So you're building a base. This is your command center.
Yeah.
If that dies, you die.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the game. So you start the game with some units. We've got these rangers. So these rangers are kind of ranged, obviously, and they're fast. And then you have the soldier, a bit more like armor, a bit slower, and so on. Right. So I think to start with, I'm gonna play, and then maybe if you want to ask me questions,
sure,
as I go, because like it is a bit of an RTS-y type thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I want to just a word of warning.
Mm.
I have had times where this game has kind of crashed. There's a few known issues. I think they might have fixed it because I haven't had it in a while. But right, so my first job then is to my first job is to kind of scout around a bit.
Sure. Classic.
So
get rid of.
I'm going to unpause, and I'm going to like move these people around to try and get a sense of where choke points are, because I'm going to start getting attacked.
Okay, that happens pretty early on, does it?
No, I've got 15 days. If you look in down here, it says the next swarm is in 15 days. So I'm going to pause a second, think about what I'm going to build. The resource system is actually really interesting. I found. So I can't think of any other game that's kind of like this. So I've got right. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. So I've got resources down here. So I've got gold, wood, stone, iron, oil. Kind of your basic materials that you use to build things. I then have colonists. So colonists earn you money, but colonists are not workers. So then I have workers. Workers are needed for buildings, to build buildings, and workers will be turned into units. Got food. I need food to get more colonists, which means if I get more colonists, I get more workers, and I get more colonists, I get more money. And then I need energy to do all that stuff. Right, there's power. So
your head's over the tooltip. I don't know if that matters.
do you want me to move it?
Well, it's whether or not you think that's
probably
to see.
that is useful to see. So I'll move myself up there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that.
There
we go.
Good.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna Oh man, what do I even? I'm gonna do some more scanning first and think about what to build first.
Understood.
I think probably right. I've got my first set of money from the colonists that are in here. The command center does have some colonists. First thing I'm going to do is build a hunter's cottage. Hunter's cottage gives us food.
Cool.
What's quite nice is if I push the middle mouse button,
you get a grid overlay.
basically a grid overlay.
Nice.
Hunter's cottage kind of gathers resource from all the squares that you can see. So I'm going to put. I don't actually.
So you want it near those green squares?
Yeah. So I want it.
Woodland, right?
Yeah, the woodland. I just want to check down here by the wood that there isn't like a back door that a zombie could get in. Which happens like. So I want what do I want? So I want resources, hunter's cottage. So I'm going to get a 14 hunter's cottage there. Okay, and then I can also afford some tents, which will give me more workers. So I'm going to build some of those. Now, I'm going to build, let's say here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I don't really have much left. The next thing I'm going to want to build is a sawmill, which I'm going to need 300 gold for. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to set my soldier to patrol around my base. And then I'm going to use my rangers to scout out and figure out where to get a lay of the land.
Nice.
Are you sure?
So could these guys stumble across random zombies out there?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, definitely. And it kind of... Whoa, okay, right. Okay, there's some zombies there.
Oh, yeah, wow,
and
okay.
it, like,
As long as you
there's
pay
kind
me.
of some aspect of stealth to this game.
Uh-huh.
In that you'll, like, wake them up. And that can be dangerous because then they're going to come... Like, things make noise. There's, like, a whole system... I believe that's the case. Noise is a thing. Also, there are kind of resources in the land.
It could be.
Like, there's just resources. Like, there's some energy here that I maybe did pick up or didn't pick up.
Good evening, Nacho.
Evening, Nacho. So I'm going to build sawmill, which will get me some wood. And then can I build any more houses? I can.
So those two buildings aren't necessarily competing for that woodland.
No, because they would be. So you can't gather the same material from two places.
Right.
So if I had, I couldn't build another hunter's cottage there.
Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some.
Are you sure?
And the sawmill doesn't remove the woodlands.
Gotcha.
No.
Ooh, you picked up some stuff.
I hope
Yes.
you're not wasting
So you
my
can
time.
scavenge the landscape as well.
Yeah.
Great.
So the idea. So like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets really like deep into.
Let's do this.
Okay. So now I've unlocked a mayor because I've got to so many colonists. I think it's like I got 50 colonists or 40 or something, and I got a mayor. So I've got these are like almost like bonuses. So I can either get Ryan, who will give me 20 wood and 20 stone now, or I can get Elvina, who would give me the technology cottage. Now, cottage is like a tent, but an upgraded version of the tent that gives me more people. But the wood and the stone would kind of give me a bit of a leg up right now.
Okay.
So, like, that's a really interesting decision.
Short-term,
right?
long-term goals.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I'm actually going to get the cottage because then I don't have to pay because the cottage research itself probably costs about 500 coins.
Right.
So then I don't have to pay for that.
You are gonna pay for this, right?
It doesn't automatically upgrade your tents, presumably.
No,
Can you
so
upgrade?
yes, you can, but it costs money. So I'm going to now set. I've done a little bit of scouting. I've got a bit of an idea.
As long as you pay me.
I will pause less as we go on, but I'm just
No, it's fine.
okay. So at the moment, I'm working towards my goal. So my goal at this point in the game is kind of to survive.
Yeah,
and
generate resources.
Well, I'm aiming for a soldier center.
Okay.
Which is how I build units. And I need stone for that. So I need a quarry. So I need a quarry which is 30 wood. So I know I need 30 wood.
This better be good. Great.
But always I'm having to be careful about like zombies coming in. I feel they're very close there, and there's not. So this isn't. This isn't a great like. This is quite a dodgy.
Are you sure?
In fact, there's some right close. Yeah. So I'm gonna set some patrols because
I hope you're not wasting my
I'm
time.
a bit worried about.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much in the way of smoke choke points, which can be a problem. It's hard to know where to defend from. So these guys are... So that units gain experience,
Okay,
the
cool.
longer they survive. Like many good
Yeah,
old school
RTSs.
RTSs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to collect this this power here. Right. Okay. So now I can build a quarry. So. So I can build that. So if you see, so with this quarry, I will be collecting stone from
Mm-hmm.
all the areas in the green.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to kind of plan ahead. So if I build a 4 here, I can then later build another 4 on the other side.
Okay.
So I can build a 4 there and a 4 there, and they won't be taking the same.
Oh, because they're different. Yeah. Okay.
They're
I see.
different squares,
Yeah.
but you can't cross them over.
It's interesting seeing how much of like that area of that quarry feels like of that building. It's weird, isn't it? Like you think that's like I'm missing loads of my quarry here. It's not getting what I. What am I trying to say? There's a big area around it that's not being used. Basically,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, which is interesting. I think. So Nacho says that he's a big fan of RTS games. What RTS games do we like? He's been playing Dawn of War lately.
Dawn of War is like that would have been my first like that would have probably been the first thing I'd have said. Yeah.
And obviously Age of Empires, as he quite rightly points out.
Is it the remastered version by any chance? Like that came out relatively recently.
Yes, it has, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much accolade.
Yeah, it's very good. So now I'm in a position where I've got resources, and what I know from playing RTS games is I shouldn't have resources. I'm doing something wrong if I've got resources, right?
Yeah, you need to spend.
So I need to spend. So I'm going to pause again to think about this and to show you another system. So the question is, how do I expand where I can build? And it's through these Tesla towers, and these then expand the area I can build into. And then so I'm looking at here. Oh man, this is a big area to defend. There's a massive area here to defend, which is going to be really tricky. Really, there's a bit of a choke point here. I think maybe I'm going to try and. Oh man, where do I go? This is hard. This is again a very like interesting kind of decision to make here. I think maybe go down this way.
Because you are bang in the middle of the map, aren't you? Like,
yeah.
So you've got no idea where those swarms are coming from.
No. So at some point it will tell you, but you have to kind of like. But it's only it will tell you within a day. Like the last 24 hours, you'll know what direction it's coming from.
Okay.
But that's that's not necessarily long enough. So what about your RTS? Do you play many RTS? Like
I have been known to do it in the past. Yeah, Total Annihilation. I played.
We should definitely play some like Supreme Commander or something at some point. Right?
Yeah, it's been a while. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I did play some TA quite as a kid. I did play some Command and Conquers. There were always games that my friends were better at than I was. I never got into StarCraft. I did like Dawn of War.
I
liked Age of Empires until I tried it like online.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, people are just destroying me, and I don't know what. It was like when one of those experiences where you think, I'm just not playing the same game as some other people are playing. So.
I got into StarCraft 2. I got really into it and into the meta, and like I was playing quite a lot of it. I really enjoyed it actually.
Okay. So yeah, you've definitely played way more than I have.
You see here now, I can't build another sawmill down here because this sawmill is already taking resources from that forest.
Okay.
And wood is currently what I'm struggling on. I've got loads of money, but it's like wood and stone. So yeah, so I mean a tricky spot here actually. I might try and expand to get to one of this forest here. because then that would help with the wood situation. Okay, so now I just need wood for my soldier center. I started building some wood around my center here.
Oh yeah,
some
walls,
fences.
right.
So or walls, I guess, wooden walls, which are fences, right? Because as soon as this dies, you're dead, and so that's I've not tried that before, and that's kind of a new thing I'm going to try. So,
does it restrict your like dude's access to it, or are there gates and things like that?
there are gates you can have. So I've got some zombies kind of coming in here. Oh,
you again. Faster than my bow.
See how they can just sneak in, and then like, well, you know it.
Are you sure?
Because they're not that dissimilar in like the model from your citizens, are they? So
no, and no, it's very small.
does it ever give you a head like? Would you know if your citizens start getting attacked? Like your base is under attack? Does it
Yeah, there is that kind of thing, yes. But it often comes too late, I found. Like,
yeah, the damage is done.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and build some more houses. So I've got... so now I'm out of food. So that's...
Okay.
So I've built as many houses as I can for the amount of food I have.
Okay, let's do this.
So I'm trying to like just patrol around close to my...
Building completed.
Okay, so now I can build a soldier center. So where the hell do I build it? I'm going to build it here. And you need to... Something else that you can get stuck in a position of like blocking yourself in.
Oh, right.
Like when you build too much stuff close together and suddenly you can't get your units to and from a place. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I suppose from a defensive point of view, it makes total sense to have everything really close together. But yeah, so the game needs to balance against that, presumably.
Yeah. It's very difficult to kind of figure that stuff out. Right, I'm going to see if I can build some more fences around here.
Do you think that's where the skill cap, one part of where the skill cap is then, if you've got people who are playing on such higher difficulty ratings?
What do you mean? Like, just...
Like town planning, is that where...
Oh, God, yeah, town planning. I've already screwed up a lot. Like, there's whole other systems that come into play as well, to do with like, there's buildings that buff other buildings.
Oh yeah.
So I've already built this way too inefficiently, because like, yeah, like I want there's like there's buildings that mean that these guys generate more money, and they need to be in the center, and because I've built this around that way, I'm gonna struggle with that, with positioning it, but. Right. And the other thing is now I want to always be building a ranger. Okay, so I've now hotkeyed that to 1. So I can always build a ranger. Now, what do I need to do now? So I don't really want to build more tents, but if I can upgrade these to cottages, which would help. The next thing I'm going to be aiming for is a wood workshop. So I just need some wood for that, so that'll be good. Wood workshop unlocks technology, which is good. I'm also going to build... I'm going to try and build... like, some zombies are coming up this little choke point, so I'm going to try and block it off to help out there, I think. Because I've got loads of gold, and I can spend that on research if I had a wood workshop. I don't.
Okay. So have you... you said you haven't done any kind of look into tactics or anything like that. Are there kind of builds?
Oh, I have. I just was gonna. I was gonna take another look before we start tonight, but I didn't get around to it. Okay. I most definitely have read a lot of stuff about that.
Okay.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah,
are there like accepted? Are there openings on a chest level of if you build that, then this, then that, and you
kind of like a build order? Yeah, like yes.
Is there variety there, or is there just kind of one accepted route?
there seems to be some variety. The problem is not problem, but also like
Yeah.
that's changed. Obviously, like the idea that the kind of meta game has changed, and so keeping up, figuring out what you have to kind of see a guide, and you think, what are the patch notes?
Yes.
What patch is this?
What?
Like,
Yeah. That makes sense.
My bow and arrows are ready.
I'm going to queue up some ranges. I don't usually do it, but I've got these resources just sitting here, not being used. I need. I'll upgrade some to some cottages. That use my wood. Poo. It's always wood. Yeah. I started on myself then for a second.
Yeah, sorry, I was just sharing our Facebook feed.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, doing that thing.
Doing that, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm like, I've got the 2,000 gold, and I don't really have anything to do with it.
What else would you normally spend gold with?
Well, I haven't got buildings that let me spend gold at the moment.
Right. Sure.
My bow and
That's
arrows
the
are
issue here. So I'm going to set these guys on a slightly wider patrol.
ready. Yeah. Great.
So it seems like you've done quite a lot already, and we haven't gone through our day yet.
No, no, we've gone through 9 days.
Oh, of course we have.
It's-
Okay, so
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
counting down. So yes, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah, and so day 15 I'm going to get.
Yeah, so you got 6
Yeah.
days. So
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
All right.
really need to build another sawmill, but like that's... You know, like, do I build another... What do I do? Do I build another saw? Do I spend my money now? Well, I got the money, right? So I should spend the money to get out and get some more... Get my wood coming in.
You definitely need to if you're because it looked like you were at maximum there. Presumably,
Yes.
you never want to be at max
No.
because then you're not gaining, right?
Yeah.
So, like at the moment, you're maximum stone. Presumably, that's not much you can do about that.
Okay.
Not at the moment. Like I can spend because I'm saving
My bow and arrows are ready.
because I'm saving for this wood workshop. Can't really do much. Right, so I built that, so now I can build another sawmill, maybe. No, like I think this one's positioned really badly. My first one.
Was there not an 8 there that you? Oh no, it wasn't.
No, it's because they're already.
My bow and
Oh,
arrows
yeah.
are ready.
That one is grabbing resources from the same area.
Okay.
Best I'm gonna do is get a 2,
Oof.
which
That
is
sounds
kind of. Oh, there's a 4 here. What the hell?
awful.
Okay, there we go. 4. 4 is good. 4 is better than. See, in here now I can build like a 4 to get 4 from each side of that
Bow and arrows are ready.
that thing. Right, can I build? Not yet. And now I'm run out of workers. So because I built those buildings, so my workers are down now. So I've only got 2 workers. And I've been building these guys, so I need to upgrade some more of these to cottages. Which now I've run out of food.
The old resource shuffle.
Yes. Yeah.
Attention. Building
So I built up some cottage. You know.
Shame you can't feed your workers on stone.
Yes, like I mean that would be great. So there is a building you unlock that automatically sells everything above your maximum.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's food. I need. Oh, damn. So right, food, resources, hunters. So, like, I also want to unlock a better way of getting food. I'm gonna put that there. A better way of getting food, which would help.
What's up?
I love how that like one tree is worth.
It should be worse. Roger that.
The building art is really cool as well.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's a very nice. I
yeah.
like. It's a pretty decent looking game, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right, I need like 10 workers for this structure. So.
Attention. Building
I've got 16 rangers, so I think that's pretty good. It feels good
Why?
anyway.
Why do you feel like so? Why prioritizing rangers above all that?
Rangers are fast and ranged. Like
Mhm.
they tend to be. If you're talking about like accepted strategies, is rangers are like the only units.
Okay,
Like
right.
that seems to be a bit of a thing. Is that like the price for power kind of ratio? I think is quite good.
Sure.
I must be close now. No, workers, which I just spent some on rangers because I'm an idiot. And now I'm out of food again. So I need another cottage. Like, where am I going to put it? Oh, that's that's a fisherman's cottage. We don't have any. Oh, 15. Oh, jackpot, 16. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to resist building rangers.
Yeah.
So I've got this wood workshop because I really need. Yeah. But I could be building some fences. That's what I could be doing. Any questions?
All right. How are you feeling about it? So,
Feeling about this particular game? Like, as in...
yeah.
I'm kind of feeling okay. I think. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Too
like,
early.
It feels, yeah. It's. I feel like I'm a bit late getting my wood workshop. That's my my concern at the moment.
Fair.
My bow and arrows are
And I'm still concerned. Like, I'm a little bit worried that some zombies could sneak in.
You've got quite a lot of rangers like ferreting around. All
Yeah,
the time,
that's
haven't
what.
you?
Like, I think this is where I'm kind of trying to change my strategy a bit, which is like to do more base my defense on patrolling units
yes.
rather than on like the defenses. Like at some point you just have to.
Sure. But I suppose it means that you don't have to once you've set up the patrols, you don't necessarily have to micromanage when a zombie comes in.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the dream. So now I've run out of electricity. So
I didn't even know that was a fact. Oh, of course.
yeah,
it was
yeah.
at
There's
the
electricity
bottom.
down here. So I need to build a mill. So I need 20 wood, which I don't have, but I will have soon. Mills are interesting because you can place them wherever, but you can't place a mill within 4 tiles of another mill.
Oh, okay.
So you hadn't think that right from now, yeah? So because like, right. So now I can build a mill. I think I'm going to build one. No, I can't build it here. Build one there. You can't like block buildings, like some buildings have entrances that. Keep reading those. But this is the position I always get into. Is I feel like I've got all these resources I'm not doing anything with, but like I haven't unlocked any of the stone buildings yet. So it's not surprising.
And if you think about it, you chose the mayor with the let you even do the cottage, right? Like if you hadn't made that choice, you'd have been feeling quite differently at this point as well.
Yes, for sure. So I've only got 6 workers still.
Building completed.
That's not good.
And you've got 1 day before the first swarm.
Shit the bed.
Building completed.
Oh boy.
That's why.
Oh, that's not good. That isn't good at all.
Excellent response, sir. Excellent.
Yeah, okay, I'm out of food. Like, right, Hunter's Cottage. We need another cottage. Oh, God. Jeez. Nowhere really good to put it, but we just gotta go with it. 11, 12, right? 12 seems good. Oh, man. Right, okay, I think... Oh, boy, what do I do? Do I... I need to... I can't... Oh. This is what this game is.
Yeah. I mean, you got 20 units. You've got a fence around your that thing. Like...
Yeah, I should be okay for the first.
Yeah. If you're not, then that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I need...
Attention. Building complete.
I can't spend... Like, I need to spend my wood on... I need to get this wood workshop. Otherwise, that's it. The game, like I'm gonna really struggle going forward.
Attention. Building completed.
So now I've got 10 workers, so I don't need to build cottages anymore. So I just need wood. I always need wood. Not much in the way of forests near me. That is going to become a problem. For sure.
Dozens of infected are near the colony.
Okay.
They are approaching from the east.
Incoming.
From the east.
Never eat. Right, okay. So I'm going to build some... Oh, I haven't got... This is the east, so I'm going to... Build those there. Just try and kind of like move what... Like the swarm's going to come and I want to try and move them.
To a particular spot.
Yeah, the problem is now, like, I don't want to mess with my patrols. Because, like, getting them... They're in a... I think my patrols are quite good at the moment. Because the last thing you want, if they're moving around in one big group, then that's when you miss areas,
Yeah, that makes sense. Presumably the swarm, like, changes that logic.
Well, yes,
slightly.
yeah. So here they come. Like, it's usually a small one to start with, but I kind of want to... It's almost like a test for my patterns as well.
Well, presumably as well, when they're on the patrol, they find the
Okay,
zombies.
here they are.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah.
Quite a small one to start with.
Nice. I like how the little shake on your fence there.
Yeah, it is like I don't zoom in very much, but the artwork's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We survived the first swarm.
Well done, Sean.
Thanks.
I assume that's an improvement on the previous 11 attempts.
No.
I was joking.
Like the previous, the last couple of attempts actually, I've not usually survived much past this point because I've kind of missed. I've been attacked, like someone snuck in. I need to get this like wood workshop before I do anything else because everything else needs wood, and I'm just going to end up. The cottages don't, but they need workers. I'm okay.
Well,
you're
like one tick away from the right wood, right?
I'm 0 ticks away from the right wood.
There we go.
Right. So, where do I put it though? I'm going to put it here. Okay, so now I need to get back. I haven't been building ranges, so let's get them back up. We got one. Right. Okay. I've not got food. Right.
Do you think it's possible to kind of like, and that this is where the skill level comes in about managing your economy that well, or do you think you're always going to be kind of juggling in this way when you think one thing's okay, another?
I have that is what every game I've played has been like, for sure. That's how I felt.
Do you think that's built into the game, like baked in?
I would think so. Like, well, would they? I guess the question is, do you think would they want to build that in?
Well, it's whether or not like. So I think with like Euro board games and things like that, that you can like the whole joy of it is to start with. Your engine's very small and simple and doesn't really do very much, but you build it in complexity, and then like you get it really humming, or you don't. Yeah, perhaps as much. But with like RTS games like this, like
my bow and arrows are ready.
I don't know, it always feels like that's not quite how it works. That you're more just constantly fighting fires.
Yeah, quite possibly. Like it does feel, yeah. Right. So now I'm gonna pay for the farm research.
This is finally putting all that gold to good use.
Yes. But I've got all this wood, so I'm going to need food, but I'm going to build a farm to get the food. So I'm going to maybe try and just shore up some of my defenses a bit.
Doubling up walls, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I think, right, where do I want to maybe build some more of these guys? I'm going to build that one there. Because there's some wood here I could maybe get a hold on at some point.
Thanks, Rob, for commenting. I know. He says my soothing voice brings a whole extra dimension to the stream.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Thanks, Rob.
I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling soothed.
Yes, yeah. I'm trying, Sean. Just on my natural intonation to soothe you in this quite stressful situation.
So you've written books on zombies.
Well, yes and no. Like, some people like to call them zombie westerns, but I mess around with the rules of zombies quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like I'm going to be much help here in that regard.
So I asked you that question just as something interesting happened. So I'm just going to... Sorry. I just unlocked a farm.
Nice. So
farm... It provides colonists and food, and if you look, a lot more food, like 46 food. 40. So I'm going to put it over here by the 50. I'm going to put it over here. Yeah, I'm going to put it there, and that will allow me to build some more cottages. But I can unlock another research. So the question is now, I get I've got loads of money, so I think this might be a good time to research something. I could research something expensive, or I could go up for what I need, which probably makes more sense in some ways. Oh boy, do I want to go for a ballista yet? I'm just going to go down the list in the order that they're in. Okay. So I'm out of workers at the moment, so I need to get this farm up. Upgrade these cottages. So go on, zombies. Or books, like people who might not know that you...
Zombies, yeah.
Sorry, if people are talking to you.
That's fine, yeah. Yes, I have. I've written those stuff. But what's actually more useful / interesting, I think, is that because when people realize you've done that and you've kind of written books, fiction books. This is obviously about this kind
really?
Of, obviously, rather than which you say really, because what I'm about to say kind of tips it into a bit more interesting territory. Is that you get asked to write a lot of like blog posts and articles talking about any given subject. In this case, it's zombies and the zombie apocalypse and things like that. In order to kind of write those posts with any air of authority or sense of like a worthwhile opinion, like I had to do some not quite academic research, but like a bit more research and involved research into kind of what we might say about it, and I'm therefore reading books like the Zombie Survival Guide, the Zombie Guides to Gardening. What else? World War Z, obviously, like texts like that, as well as watching zombie movies and things like that. So, which like as a kid, I wasn't that massively into, but I had friends that were, so I kind of absorbed it that way from a slight distance. Things like I feel like I'm relatively well kind of versed in what might be a sensible way of handling this kind of situation if it were to happen. Just throwing out some tips, for instance, that don't help you at all with this game, but pretty much the two best items according to the Zombie Survival Guide that you should have is a crowbar and a bicycle.
Right. Crowbar and a bicycle.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't have to use them necessarily at the same time, but I would probably want to keep my crowbar on me whilst riding my bicycle. Bicycle, because they are quite quiet as mode of transport and often quicker, than your average zombie.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, depending on whether or not you're living in a world of fast zombies or slow zombies. And crowbar, because not only is it like super multi-purpose, like for breaking into places as well as braining a zombie, But one thing people don't often think about, although it comes up quite a lot in zombie fictions and things like that, is if your weapon gets stuck in something, like
Right.
i.e. a zombie, like that's a disaster, right?
Yeah.
Whereas crowbars are quite good at both being able to puncture but also be able to remove. You know, by nature, they're quite well designed that way. So it's stuff like that that you know you don't really
Think about.
necessarily want to know or want to think about, but you know, having written quite a few articles on zombies and writing about zombies, you end up knowing those kind of things.
Yeah.
So again, not helpful for your RTS,
Arrows are ready. Great.
but helpful for the banter. Is that a lot of water down there?
Yes, so that I can fish that.
Nice.
So that's what that's there for. I'm at the moment where I'm kind of thinking about where to expand,
Technology research finished.
and I kind of, yeah, like it's very easy to waste a lot of money on these things, but so probably this might be a bad decision. All of those decisions could have been bad, but I'm gonna have to expand there in some point or another, right? So
yeah.
but I'm spending my money now. So I've got all sorts of things I can build. I've got some wider patrols going on.
Oh yeah, they're picking off zombies.
They're going out and kind of, because like one problem is that if you don't clear the map, those zombies get picked up when the horde come in.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I'm trying to get to this forest here so I can get some more wood.
It does. It clearly encourages you to expand, which then becomes quite like a challenge to keep such a big. The bigger the area, right, the harder it is to keep safe.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's because like I haven't really got much in the way of walls. But like that's a whole, like the idea of like, should you be building walls? That's like a good question. There's never a very easy answer. So I'm thinking of walling across here, so I can maybe build some more stuff up this way. Like I need some more cottages. Like that's something that's on my mind at the moment to build.
Well, don't you?
Need some more what?
Mills if you're running low on energy.
So
Technology research.
Interesting thing about walls, of course, in zombie fiction, you know, yes, they keep the zombies out, but sometimes they keep you hemmed in as well. You know?
Yeah, well, that can be
risk.
an issue. I'm getting serious now. I'm rolling my sleeves up. But I love something I love about these games. I love watching all these patrols just walking around. Like when I played like Total Annihilation and Spring Commander, that's how I would just have this massive. It was just my defense was just all these, patrols, going around. I really just want to wall this off. Okay, and you should definitely double your walls up. Pro tip.
Pro tips, huh? Yeah.
And this guy, I'm afraid, is lost. Like he's going to just be stuck in there. I cannot be bothered to faff around with him.
Oh, dear.
So I can't build this because I need more energy and more wood. So, but have I got workers? I have got workers. I still need more wood. Maybe I should try and get the wood first, rather than constantly like, I'm forever chasing wood, aren't I? Like,
yeah. I can't believe that one guy's got locked in and you're going to leave him there.
Oh no, he got out of it. Oh no, yeah, no, he's
no.
Okay,
No,
right, all right, okay, jeez.
I mean, no man left behind.
Jeez.
Come on.
Come on.
Here we go again.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll just stand over there.
Just stand over there.
Yeah, the pathfinding is a little bit wonky. I'll be honest. Like I found, but like there's a lot of units, man.
Sure.
Right. I need sawmill energy now. Right. So, fucking wood. Okay. Right. So I built one of the mills there. So it's 4. I'm within. I need to be within 4 of it. Like I can't. Sorry. I can't get. 4 is my. So I'm gonna go there. And I can build some wood, hopefully. I still haven't searched out the entire map.
3 days till the next one.
Yeah, okay. My guys are doing their thing, which is nice. Got no work. Oh, I'm not going to be able to build the... Oh. I'm going to have to build a cottage because I can't build any...
You have to build a tent because you can't build any cottages.
Can't build a tent because I can't build a cottage. So I need workers to build...
Building completed.
Yep.
I can build a cottage now. Okay. Now I'm waiting to then build
Attention.
sawmill,
Building completed.
but always be
sound-
building ranges.
It's quite stressy, isn't it? Quite stressed by this game, Phil.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I mean, this like compared to like our production when we were factory managers or
Yeah.
Factorio, there wasn't this urgency.
Yes.
Attention.
Do you find that good or bad?
Bow and
Like,
arrows.
as a
Well, I
gamer?
can always just go and pause the game, right?
Sure.
That's something. Choose your mayor. So bonus Lucifer.
Okay.
I guess that's it. So that's an advanced unit.
Uh-huh.
So I could get an advanced unit, or I could get the advanced mill.
I mean, I'm an economy man.
I feel like getting the advanced mill is the way to
Yeah.
go there. So the thing to remember as well is that what will eventually happen is to like you need to be careful about your power because if you lose power, stuff turns off.
Sure.
So like you need to not be relying. You need to defend your power plants. It's just like it all just falls apart, you know. Like
Do the zombies target anything in particular? They're just mindless.
not really. Oh, it was just like I got to build one advanced mill.
Oh.
Okay, that's not really what I expected it, but you know, hey ho.
Maybe you only got one Lucifer. Whatever.
Yeah, probably. It was a bone, but that's still quite a good thing to have at this stage.
Yes, like your power problems are presumably going to be eased
Yeah,
quite.
they're gonna. Yeah, but I now want to build. I can't put the silver now because I don't have enough workers. Okay. Yeah, so let's just. Right. Okay. I can research something. Let's research an inn.
That sounds like what we need. We needed this. You know, every good zombie apocalypse needs somewhere to drown your sorrows.
Yep. I'm thinking I'm going to need a stone workshop soon. That's the next thing I'm going for. 20 workers, 40 stone, 1,000 gold. Like, or
Oof.
probably I need I should get a warehouse because a warehouse expands your limits.
That sounds good.
That's probably a thing to do.
You're going to need that, yeah. At
yeah.
some point soonish.
Yeah. So, but sawmill first because this wood business is like this. That's what I need. I need.
Getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Building completed.
But like, I have never managed to get on top of wood. What?
Sorry. What do you mean? And so on and so forth.
Right. See, I've got all this stone, but I haven't even got a stone workshop, so I've got nothing I can do with the stone.
What are you doing with it? It's just sat there.
So,
not
like,
even
in some ways,
accumulating.
there's an argument for like getting rid of
Completed.
one of my
Those
quarries,
workers,
right?
yeah.
Or,
Well,
but like, oh, that seems like advanced stuff. Like,
Our bow and arrows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of workers now.
it's
so
more really that you shouldn't have built them in the first place.
Attention.
Yeah.
Building completed.
No, but I needed them for.
Did you?
Yes, I did need them to start with
Okay.
to build my soldier center.
Oh yeah.
So, 64. Right, let's do 64 then here. Okay, we've got some ranges that aren't doing anything.
A new task.
God.
This better be good. You again.
Right, where are we going to go with you guys? I love looking at the map and seeing like the kind of like
Yeah.
all that kind of movement around the map like is just so good. Right, workers is now my problem, but I'm building this for food, so we're all good.
Research finished.
Do you know if you've lost any rangers at any point? Would it tell you?
Not sure.
Okay.
Attention.
It would have said. I haven't heard. That happen.
Okay.
Right, I need some more cottages. Let's build. Let's not mess around. Okay. Set your rally point to there now. I really need. I'm feeling a little bit anxious about the lack of defense.
Yeah, because it's day 27.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try and. I've got like some wood, so I'm gonna. Okay, there we go. What's quite nice as well is if you build stuff while you're paused and then you unbuild them, you get all your resources back. Which is a decision.
Yeah, makes it to a build mode type thing, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right, so now I've got some workers
Dozens of infected are near the colony.
heading from the east again. So they attacked when they came from the east last time. They ended up here. So I'm going to build a ballista.
Nice. What does it fire?
Fires ballistas. Is that not a thing?
I didn't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
Is it like large arrows type thing? That kind of ballista, or
Yes, large arrow things. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I might look that up in one day.
Yeah. Where's that in the zombie apocalypse book?
I don't think that they're not very efficient ballistas for this kind of thing. You want like more like a kind of like a shrapnel or a Gatling approach. You know, it's about covering areas rather than pinpoint. So like a ballista is like classic Game of Thrones type thing for killing a dragon, right? Like that's what that's what was it? The oh gosh, you are losing ranges there. Yeah.
I'm not sure this is necessarily a good strategy, but I'm just gonna like build some ballistas around.
That's what the Greyjoys use to kill the dragons. That's what I was trying to remember.
Okay, here they come.
Can you still? Oh, there they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you select your rangers like to get involved? But
I kind of want to.
You're just letting them die.
I'm not letting them die. I'm like, well, I mean, they're dying.
Your blister's doing work. In fairness,
Yeah.
for all my poo-pooing of it as a zombie weapon, it does seem to. I guess, like it does travel through 2 or 3 units at once. That's what you get. With the
right.
ballista.
So now I'm gonna build a market.
Which,
if you look,
it's got a big area.
Yeah, it reduces the food needed by. It reduces the food needed by all of the houses that it's near.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm gonna build it up here.
My bow and arrows are ready.
Right. Okay. So. Right. I feel like I got a little bit on top of my economy there.
You did, yeah. But now I think, cause did you build a warehouse?
No, I built the market. But what the market does, in some ways, the market sells off anything that you generate above what you.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So.
But it sells it off for gold.
It sells it off for gold. So at some point, but then I know late game, like gold is always the issue.
Oh right, okay.
So, like this is almost like preempting that. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is the defense up here because zombies spread when they hit your houses. Like your houses turn into zombies.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is send these guys up here to patrol. So I've got some people that are just patrolling up here.
Just a short patrol, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And then this steaming thing here is oil.
Excellent.
So that's like an end game resource. So I probably want to think about that. I'm thinking, so like what I kind of want to do now, I want to start closing
some gaps.
Some gaps in a loop. I think that's what I should do. So what the market also allows me to buy and sell resources.
Okay.
So
obviously.
like that's kind of helpful. I'm going to need a warehouse because some more advanced units need more resource than I can even hold at the moment.
Sure. Yes, 50's not a lot of wood.
No. So, but again, like so it's all a case of thinking about what order I do things in. So I try and you're often making decisions like so here. I want to extend to cover this, but there's some resource pockets here.
Oh, that's how they get you, Sean. That's
So
how
I
they
probably want
tempt
to get it, but then that's expanding.
beyond the safe zone, really. You're usually trying to use the natural terrain to your benefit, aren't you?
And that's what this game is kind of all about, is that kind of like reacting to the map that you get given. So I'm good on there. So yeah, I don't know. More workers, I guess, as always. Because I've got lots of food now. You look, really, I want to bring my workers up to. And now I've got 13 workers, so I could build a warehouse once I've saved up. So I might save up for a warehouse because I want to start saving resources when I go over.
Sure,
Also, a warehouse increases production for things around it.
My bow and arrow.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
so like there's
That's a biggie.
yeah.
Building
So what yeah. What do you think so far? Like I know we're like
Yeah, interesting. Like I think the dynamic of base building was always is fun. Like it's always like a fun thing to do. Like for a lot of people in RTSs, it's the funnest part of it, right? Like
yeah.
I get to build my base. What am I going to do here? And then sometimes it didn't like. I guess like in some RTSs, it didn't always feel necessarily as essential as a skill.
Yeah.
Like some emphasized it more than others. Whereas this is obviously like massive payoffs to where you place things, like you're finding now with this.
Yeah, like where, like
wow.
thinking. So like I know wood is my issue, but actually this one here, I'm going to get a farm. I'm going to get 2 quarries, and I know I'm going to be building a quarry down at that iron thing down there. So I'm going to plonk that there.
So like I think that's super cool, and the fact that like when stuff is happening is you've got 9 days until the next one.
Also, something I haven't mentioned: this game does not allow you to save unless you exit. So you cannot quick save.
Save scum,
like that's a thing.
How many reviews say I wish I could save it? Like there must be like quite a few people who have decided that choice is more frustrating than it is positive.
I'm sure there are. I think it's a bold choice.
Yeah.
I think the game wouldn't work if they didn't do it. I think it's I think that would be like the one issue is like I've had games crash, and like it's kind of like if you're going to make a decision like that, you need to. And I know, and like, dude, we understand more as much. We develop games. We understand that that's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but like you kind of have to. You're even. Oh God, where am I going? It's even worse, it's even like doubly you need to make sure that your stuff works. You've got to be confident in what you're doing. It's like if you say I'm going to have oh God, what's going on?
An unsinkable ship, and then it goes and sinks.
Well no, if you say like this, you have to be connected online to play this game. The servers better bloody well not crash,
Yeah.
That's
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Something that every online game has done.
Yes, yeah, it's like yeah, I mean exactly. Right. Okay, so what happened there is that this radar tower joined the colony. So it's a pre-built. It's a technology I don't have yet. And to repair it, I'm going to need 30 gold, 2 workers, and 10 energy. But radar could be quite useful.
Sounds useful.
Yeah.
Everybody knows zombies show up on radar.
They do in this game. So I need a stone workshop, really. Like, so 20 workers. So that means I need cottages. Where do I build my cottages? Like by the market makes sense.
By next to your market, yeah.
This just feels very hairy up here at the moment. Like,
Yeah, you don't want any zombies let loose around there.
yeah. So really, what I want to do, I need a worker to do that. I want to build. I need to build. I'm thinking of building something along here. Probably makes sense. Let's get these guys up here to see what's going on. But I definitely feel like I've got lots of units. I've got 27 rangers. That's
You got a soldier somewhere in there in the mix. I've got no buddies.
Oh God!
Surrounded by rangers.
Great.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See if they can do something about all this. Okay, so it does save every now and again, but you can't control that, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I've got some wood and this, so now
My bow and arrows.
I'm gonna try and expand up here a bit. I'm gonna try and do one bit at a time. Like, the temptation is to kind of keep pushing it out, but right, what's going on with my resources? I've got a decent.
You're doing all right on all. Yeah.
I kind of need the stone. I need energy and workers. Okay.
Attention. Building completed.
So I need a mill.
My bow
So
and arrows
let's
are
put this
ready.
mill here. Stone. Just workers. Just more workers. I need like way more workers. Pause a second. So I can build. I still need. I think I still should build. There's a gap there, in between these two forests. Like.
Oh yeah.
So I guess I try and get so I can build there, maybe there, and cut this off as well. I think that's the sensible option.
That sounds doable.
Yeah, but like doing that, like it's it's like control. Like I think probably what I used to do is when I was all the games I've played where I've got to the end but then lost, I've always kind of quite early on circled myself in,
Okay.
and then expanded like a ring at a time.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like a plan that could work.
Yes, but it hasn't.
Okay. Sure.
Attention. Building completed.
I mean, that's how a lot of military kind of minded cities were built, right?
Yeah. I say it with confidence, like I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you had to do. You had to agree with confidence.
Cool. I'm a veteran, that's what I do every day.
Right. Don't tell us, secret, Sean.
Right. This feels so risky building all these together, but like...
At least you know where the risk is, right?
Yeah,
Like
I suppose so.
You know you need to protect that part of town.
Yeah. I wish... Yeah. I don't, like, I need to watch some other people stream this.
Yeah,
get a sense.
a higher difficulty rating as well would be helpful.
Yeah. Right, so here... This is... We're going to start... I'm going to try and double... No, let's do single wall first. Let's not be selfish. I don't think I really need to bother with a gate. Because I don't necessarily want to go out there very much. So there's zombies. I'm going to actually put a ballista there.
Makes sense.
I've got enough wood because there's zombies like already hanging around. And at least I'll feel like I'm a bit safer up there. I might need to build. Can't remember the patrol these people are on. to build. What did I want to build? Stone workshop.
Stone
Okay,
workshop,
I've got enough workers now. Which need wood and gold. But I could build 2 more. If you look, I could now build some more saw thingy once it's.
Oh yeah, for that. So
Yeah.
forward. Nice.
So now, okay, can I? Right, I want to close. I want to put one here, right? And then I can close both those choke points off.
Building completed.
And then I kind of don't want to. Right, no, I need to build. Sorry, I'm not like using words. Food.
Food.
That's words.
Yes, we haven't built a farm in a while, have we?
Yeah, like 77. Look at this. Like, because this is by my
Warehouse,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Building completed.
Okay, and also like some rangers are getting promoted because they're going around in the edges, kind of. So I'm going to be take a risk, build sawmills first, because then that'll help me build, get some more wood coming in.
Yeah.
So I can.
Our bow and arrows are ready.
So yeah, like loads of wood coming in now, right? So that.
Yep. Let's fill that warehouse.
Yeah, right. So I might actually. I'm gonna put a fence there. And I said I was going to build. Where should I build? Like across.
Yeah.
I think there. Oh, but then there's the resource pocket here. And like it just,
But yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, but I think that's gold. So like if I dig that, that's like that's a gold income. And also it's reducing the number of choke points that I have to protect. I think that makes sense. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, no,
Building
4 days. Till the
Yep.
next one.
4 days.
Attention. Building completed.
So what do you think? Do you think I'm gonna?
How do I rate your chances?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen how when it really kicks into gear, so I don't have much of a frame of reference. It feels like the place is quite big at the moment, and there are a lot of gaps.
Yeah.
I'm not confident that you're able to choke any
For this, right?
significant attack yet.
No.
But you've got a good number of rangers.
Yeah. No, I've only got 33 now. Like,
Well, that's a number.
hasn't that gone down?
Building completed.
No, I think it might not have gone up as much as you want it to. I don't think it's gone down. I mean,
Gotcha.
you've been building them and they have been dying. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been going up and down. But I think like when I last looked, your highest was 29, but maybe
Okay.
I'm wrong.
Because this is an interesting little spot because I needed just one more tower,
Oh yeah, that would be an
and
easy.
then I think you can start walling off that choke point. But I spent so many resources doing that I'm not like increasing my tech and stuff. Like, still haven't built a stone workshop. That's like I'm way late on that. I think. Okay, I'm out of energy, so I need... Because if I had a stone workshop, I'd have a slightly better way of making energy.
Okay, yeah.
And this is undefended down here, so like I don't really want to build another...
But you've got a lot of like land to the north. You've got a lot of space.
Yeah, that was my plan here, is to not... Like, I
Are ready.
have an experience getting stuck.
Completed.
Oh, now I'm looking at this area and thinking, why am I walling off there? Because...
You've got to draw the line somewhere,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah. Right, look at all this wood. Like...
Got wood.
Yeah. I'm straight. Right. Okay, did I build another? Oh no, right, so now I can build... Just like build all those, see what happens. I get some more wood and can build... Can I actually build anymore?
Our forces are in danger.
Just want to try and make this so it's like...
Do you really want to do that? Do you not want to build something in there?
No, I just want to block it up.
Okay, yeah, fair
Building
enough.
completed.
Okay, there's some
A new task.
resources here. I'm just... No, I don't really want to grab them yet because they might just... My stuff is almost full, isn't it? So,
Your stone certainly is.
yeah.
Everything else has got room.
Right, so now I feel a little bit more confident building some more of these guys. Where's that go?
My
Okay.
bow and arrows are ready.
So what the market does is quite interesting, is then you can start buying material that you don't have access to,
Mm-hmm.
like naturally. So I want a stone workshop. What do I need for that? Energy.
My bow and arrows are ready.
See, so building all these, they use a lot of energy up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what that cost was there. It was quite a significant expansion, really.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What do you want now?
2 days.
Yeah.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building
Train those rangers.
Yeah, I need energy. That's right. So energy. Let's go do that. I'm so close to building the stone workshop. I want to build the stone workshop. So how many? I've got 2. I need, so I can build 2 rangers. And then, yeah.
My bow and arrows are ready.
I'm going to start taking a bit more proactive approach with these attacks. Like, it's getting to the point where I can't just leave my patrols to do it, I think.
They're presumably of a size now. You actually have to call in the cavalry.
Yeah. What I might as well do is spend some of this wood.
What about the area that you've got that's completely unfenced at the moment?
Well, I don't know where the best place to take this choke point is. I think I don't really want to. I could actually. Do you know what? What's stopping me doing like having a mid? I think it makes sense, right, to have like a.
I think so. You've still got quite a lot of expansion in
Yeah.
other directions.
Yeah.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
My bow and arrows are ready.
Units under attack.
Okay. I can hear people dying somewhere.
Yeah, they're
Right.
in the top.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were there, but
Our forces are in danger. They are trying to break through.
They got me.
Where is
My
that?
bow and arrows are
It
ready.
is up here.
it was up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 3 of them just
Mhm.
just cleared that
Our
out.
walls are
Yeah.
under attack.
Walls are under attack. So yeah, you do get these messages. Oh, it's here.
They are attacking.
Oh
the
god, they're
colony
coming through.
defenses.
Like, I hope. Come on. There we go. Right. Let's build. Oh, now I can build a stone workshop. Right, okay, let's do that first. Oh, bloody hell. Where the hell did I put it? Here probably makes... Oh, that's good farmland down there. So the farm as well, that makes a difference. Oh, can I repair this now? Iron. Right, I'm going to buy some iron. Because that would be really helpful. You now need to repair all this. Can I build a ballista? Yes, let's build a ballista. Yeah. And then let's see if I can repair this. There's enemies there. Okay, well, we'll see. If
Yeah,
it's-
your rangers will clear that out.
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, they're not getting close enough. But this all builds and...
Our defenses are being
You could just tell the Rangers to go.
Yeah, I
kill it.
know. It seems too much
You're
like
like,
micromanaging.
I don't want to do. I want to do as little.
My arrows.
But the thing is, at the end, so I guess what I'm always thinking is at the end of the game,
Our buildings are being attacked.
you can't micro because there's just like you're getting attacked from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you definitely lost a couple of bits of wall there because you didn't want to click the mouse twice.
That when it was more, and then I'd have to get them back on a patrol and like
So twice, maybe 3 times.
yeah, like I know I'm not perfect.
Sure. As long as you know that.
From the south.
Okay,
Ooh,
south,
dozens of
south,
infected us. Yeah.
south, right.
Yes.
Well, you've got some ballistas down there.
Quick. This better be good.
Yeah, but where are they going to end up coming from? That's the question. Like, so because I don't really know the map. I'm gonna build a ballista. Oh no, build a ballista. No, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna build anything.
No, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
I've got -2 workers. How does that even work? What's? Oh, how did that happen? How on earth did I get -2 workers?
I don't know.
Did I lose a cottage? Couldn't have lost a cottage. Well, I need to build some cottages then. Okay.
I'm not seeing this horde yet.
It's down there here somewhere. So a lot of the early games kind of getting a sense of where these hordes come from, because this is a horde that came from the south.
Yeah.
But because of the map, I can't see the horde is ending up this way. So the question is where they're going to end up. You can hear them.
Oh, can you? Nice.
Building completed.
So I think they're going to attack here.
Building completed.
Well, you got a little marker on the map there. That's quite helpful.
What? Yes.
Let's put them there. Yeah.
Archers, if they're ready. Oh, that guy's dead. Just stay behind the wall, buddy.
Yeah. I think this should be fine.
Yeah. Fair play to your blister. It does do work.
Yeah. Okay.
Done.
Now, I am going to suggest that we pause it here
Yeah.
for a week.
Cool.
And we come back next week. I mean, day 51 out of 120, was it?
Did you pick the 120? Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did.
Slightly harder than the 150, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, what do you think?
It's cool, man. Yeah, I like it in the sense that like it's a small but quite neat twist on the RTS vibe of like emphasizing building bases and giving you a very clear set of kind of, I know like RTS campaigns give you goals for each mission and things like that, but the regularness of the zombie hordes is a really nice touch.
Yeah.
I think it works really well. People just like building bases. Like I can imagine there's so much discussion about the aesthetics as well as the
how to do it. Just I couldn't help myself but research something. I saw I had loads of gold and I was like, oh, I could use that. And we built the stone warehouse. I love it. I'm like I've fallen into this game like nothing else. Like I've really been enjoying it. And I've lost every time, and I think that's really like we'll talk about it more when I inevitably lose on stream. But
it is again another game with zero
narrative.
Yeah,
so, yes, it is.
You know, even you can't even say it's got the Stellaris level of story, which is both like the background story, but also this idea that like certain things you attribute value to. Like now, it's just like I have 36 rangers. Like. The closest we've come is that one soldier who I feel has his story to tell, but...
Where is the one soldier?
I don't know. Can you find him? Do you even know? Do you even know his name, Sean?
Brian. Where is he?
Brian is busy on patrol somewhere.
I can see his patrol, but I can't see him. And I would actually say that's a one downside of this. There's probably a hotkey for finding. I often lose my units, particularly in the end game when you have. Oh, there he is.
Brian,
there he is. Look,
the lone soldier.
Yeah, he's defending the colony. Like,
solid work, Brian.
But yeah,
Solid.
so exciting stuff is happening.
Yes, we are. I mean, we say this every week, but we mean it this time. We are super close to making a home beta being available to our nearest and dearest, our Patreons, our Discord users, our mailing list users.
Tomorrow, I'm going to send out some keys to our patrons.
Amazing.
And
Can't wait for people to get their hands on this game.
Yes, and then we want to do one more patch. We've got some. So we were just missing sound effects. Actually, is the only thing we've got left to do that we wanted to get done in for beta, but we thought it was, we wanted to get it out there, and then add sound effects, and then to mailing list people, and then who knows?
Who knows?
We just we're gonna. So we're pretty excited about that.
We are really, really excited about that.
So if you want to get in on that, then pillbug.zone and sign up to the mailing list. But yeah, I think we're gonna play this until I die or win.
Yeah.
Possibly. We'll see how long. Like, because at most it's like 4 hours. It's not. Like, with 50.
It's not Stellaris.
It's not Stellaris level of like we'll never play another game for another year. But I think it'd be interesting for you to see the whole loop. If I get that long, like I feel like I'm in a good position. But you can already see, like looking at it now, kind of sitting back, you think this game's so good. Like it's just the balance of all the resources, because you think I've got 11 workers available. Like every worker is a unit, and I need to build more cottages. But where am I going to build all those cottages? But I also need to build other things,
I mean, it's funny how much town plan
to
it, isn't there? Like in that sense,
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Dave. Thanks everyone for coming. If you could click happy, like, and subscribe, and bells and everything.
Internet
buttons. Would be
buttons.
amazing. Even better if you know anyone who you think would enjoy this video, then send them a link. That helps us loads. Obviously.
Loads and loads.
So yeah, I need to stop the stream because I'm streaming.
Cool. All right. Cheers, Storm.
See you later.